Hello, everybody. We're taking a look today at a passage from Numbers 5 and from Galatians 14. Both of them feature the word long suffering. If you're a sports team fan in San Diego, it has been a long journey. Here's my particular guy. He's up perhaps for the Cy Young Award this year. Snellzilla is his secret identity, known only to a few loyal fans. There's room on the bandwagon. The word study, the etymology, the big fancy schmancy word for the study of long suffering, macrokumia is the pronunciation of this curious word, meaning don't take matters into your own hands. Remember, gang, lay everything, and everything means everything, at the altar footstool of the Almighty, and you are working together, in tandem, in concert. It's not that you're not going to put on the boxing gloves, but you're going to run it through the Lord first. Let them sign off on things. Let them give you their notary, holy notary stamp, seal of approval. There is no independent contractor jobs. There is no solo missions. This is a collaborative working together in a business partnership. We are married to the job, marrying into the heavenly royal family business, championing the causes nearest and dearest to the Son of God. Now, there are more than 2 million movie theaters all throughout the world, screening rooms, movie theaters, not the multiplex, but I'm talking about the theaters themselves. Over 2 million of them. And there are only 19 theaters out of the 2 million in all the world that are showing, and it is a 10 out of 10. Christopher Nolan's, he wrote and directed Oppenheimer. My guy who did the Batman trilogy, Tenet, Interstellar, Dunkirk. He's tremendous. And this movie was showing in 19 screens across the world, only 19, in a cellular unique 70 millimeter format in its entirety. And we went to a screening at a theater that had it, and the film celluloid is this big. Stretches from the start of the movie to the end, 11 miles in length if laid out. And the film canisters weigh more than 600 pounds. And all movies now are shown on a digital apparatus that gets then broadcast out. But this film, if you can get to one of those theaters, that's a challenge in and of itself. Two were in the Los Angeles, Hollywood area, and we made the trek about on the opening day, on the opening week. We had tickets to that theater's premiere with a lot of Hollywood paparazzi there, including the producers and maybe even Chris Nolan himself among the people watching it all. The screen is hard to explain, and the presentation is like watching a drive-in theater sized film, but with crystal clarity in the IMAX 70 millimeter. Unbelievable. And guess what? The movie cameras on the day of the opening day broke, and they sent everybody home. They gave Regal Cinemas, shout out to them, gave everybody their money back and said, come and see the movie for free on another occasion when we can get the cameras fixed. So, macrokumia in play, delayed gratification, prolonged, everyone's giving away things of the movie, this and the other. And, but the payoff was good. Oh my goodness. You got to go see it. Now I'm watching the film, and Oppenheimer, this is not a giveaway. Be a student of history. Oppenheimer had troubles after creating the atomic bomb. Many troubles. He was overwhelmed. If you can just put yourself, if such a thing were even possible, in his shoes. He was the guy, on one hand, he got the bomb created, and it was complex, mathematical, and there was a sweet science to it all, and he put it together. But at the same time, the other hand, the guilt of having killed so many people. I think his original desire, as a person not of Hebrew faith, not a practicing Jew, but ethnicity wise, blood DNA, he's an Israeli in his ethnicity and his ethnic background. And I think he had thought, well, I'm going to make this bomb and we're going to drop it on Germany. But of course, as you know, most of you, it happened in Japan. It didn't happen. And he then, after that, became an advocate to kind of dampen the proliferation of weapons, not just of mass destruction, but that could be ELE, extinction level events. And so he went on a lecture circuit, becoming a person that was against the very thing that he was in charge of putting together. And so when he was faced before a tribunal, and the film works hard to make it clear that it was not a court of law, but that there were a lot of shenanigans when Oppenheimer's defense team, this is the critical spiritual takeaway for me, if you ask, as it relates to analysis of current events today, was that he was put through the ringer. His legal team was aghast that back then, the way that they brought him to shut up and obey, because the United States wanted to proliferate and stay on the cutting edge of weapon technology, and Oppenheimer at that point was against it. This is toward the end of the movie. They, just like today with the social credit scores, they tried to attack his pension, his source of income, his livelihood, his bread and butter. And during the dialogue between himself, his wife, their legal team, and then the people on the other side telling him to keep his mouth shut, and he wouldn't, there are many similarities to people not being given a fair trial in this country or being litigated for things that he's already, or she in other cases, have been cleared of, and now they're bringing up new charges, and you know who I'm talking about, Mr. 45, hopefully Mr. 47. You're going to find out lots of other interesting things as it relates to that at our resource material daily digital devotional magazine that no one else has. Stuff that lots of thought put into it, established long ago. We're approaching 18-year anniversary here. And we also do a hands-on ministry. This is where we give care packages to people on the streets, destitute, the broken and the hungry. Don't miss out on any of that. Pause, go to the web links. And one last thing about this before moving forward with Oppenheimer. If you look at this from the casual link that I provide, they put you, the website itself, Tumblr, the host site, puts you in preview mode. And I post the top 10 stories of the day, mind you, or posts of the day. And on preview mode, you only get 5. So you're getting shortchanged. The way to do it is to add the app of Tumblr and then follow Pipeline Laser Reagan. That's us. And we are fast approaching, by summer's end, a total viewership, readership of 3 million. And again, all for God's glory. When we went to first see Oppenheimer, the film broke. And so now, yesterday, first week in August, we went back and the payoff was good. The delayed gratification was good. When you're working in spiritual Bluetooth synchronicity with the Lord, there is perfect timing, and then there's our sense of timing that things have to go the way that they go. We need to move forward quickly, and that's not the case. You know, these enemy operatives that are working from the devil's playbook are going to be their own worst enemies. They're going to trip and fall on their own shenanigans, and that's what the contemplation is for today. Have yourself a good one. Holy kiss. We'll see you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel.